Hello students, now we are going to learn our next topic, and it is related with fluids, or it is fluids in motion. That is, what is meant by fluid? Firstly, what is meant by fluid? Fluid is anything that can flow, and therefore it has the name fluid. म्हणजे कोणत्याही प्रकारचं जे आहे ते जे वाहू शकते असं आपण म्हणू, त्याला आपण काय म्हणू? फ्लुइड असं म्हणू. तर अशा प्रकारे आपण काय म्हणू शकतो? सॉलिड तर वाहून जात नाही म्हणून सॉलिड म्हणजे फ्लुइड नाही आहे. लिक्विड वाहून जातं म्हणून लिक्विड म्हणजे फ्लुइड आहे. परंतु गॅससुद्धा इकडून तिकडे वाहून जाऊ शकतो, पाईपलाईनमधून गॅस वाहून जाऊ शकतो, म्हणून त्याला पण आपण काय म्हणू? फ्लुइड असं म्हणू. म्हणजे काय झालं? गॅस आणि लिक्विड कोणत्याही प्रकारचं त्याला आपण फ्लुइड असं म्हणू. अशा प्रकारचा गॅस किंवा फ्लुइड, सच अ टाईप ऑफ गॅस ऑर फ्लुइड which can flow, gas or liquid which can flow, that can be called as fluid. And such fluid which are in motion, we are going to study their motion, and we are going to study properties of that fluid which are in motion. There is one branch of physics which deals with such type of property of fluid which changes during its motion. Therefore, such type of property, or such type of property which can be called as hydrodynamics. Okay. Now, when fluids are in motion, then their some properties going to change. Molecules does not changes, but their properties going to change. Such type of change in properties is seen when fluids are in motion, in a steady motion or in a unsteady motion. We can say that there is a change in the property of the fluids. On page number 44, there is a topic named as fluids in motion. Okay. Such type of fluids we can see in our day-to-day life, that is our tap water, or gas flowing through the pipe of the cylinder up to the gas burner. Okay, such a type of flow of gas or liquid can be called as the flow of a fluid. Depending upon the speed of a flow, there are two types of fluids. Okay, there are two types of flow of the fluids. So before that, we are going to study some parameters. Consider one tube of flow. Now we are going to define one new term, that is tube of flow. म्हणजे आपण आता नवीन एक गोष्ट शिकणार आहोत ज्याला आपण काय म्हणू? ट्यूब ऑफ फ्लो असं म्हणू. In the diagram on the whiteboard, we can see there are number of lines made inside one tube. म्हणजे एका ट्यूबच्या आतमध्ये आपण अशा लाईन्स काढलेल्या आहेत. याचा अर्थ काय आहे की त्या लाईन्स ज्या आहेत त्या मॉलिक्युल्सची डायरेक्शन दाखवत आहेत, ज्या डायरेक्शननी मॉलिक्यूल हा फ्लो होत आहे. त्या फ्लुइडचा मॉलिक्यूल काय होत आहे? फ्लो होत आहे, त्याची डायरेक्शन दाखवत आहेत. आणि त्या सगळ्या ट्यूब्स ऑफ फ्लो आहेत असं आपण म्हणू, किंवा त्याला फ्लो ट्यूब असं म्हणू. इट इज द बंडल, और इट इज द वी कॅन से दॅट flow lines. Okay, now bundles of that flow lines can form a tube, and that tube is called as flow tube. That means the path of a molecule or individual particle of a fluid can be described with the help of those lines of fluid, and arrow indicates the direction of flow of the liquid or fluid. Such type of all the molecules which are flowing from left to right direction, and bundle of that flow lines can be called as the flow tube. Okay, these are the two new terms. Now there is one term which is called as a steady flow. Steady म्हणजे स्थिर असणारा. Now all the particles, if all the particles in the flow are flowing in same direction and with the same velocity, then they will not collide with each other, and therefore we can call it as a steady flow. Now, depending upon the speed or velocity and direction of these particles, we can define such type of flows as two types of flows: streamline or laminar flow, and secondly it is called as turbulent flow. Now on page number 44, there is a difference between these two flow is given. We have to read that. Now, streamline flow is the smooth flow of the fluid. Any type of fluid contains particles or molecules of that fluid, that is contains of the different types of molecules of the fluid. All molecules are, if going or if passing through the tube with a same velocity and in the same direction, that is indicated in this figure, then it can be called as streamline or laminar flow. Here direction of all the particles or molecules is same and velocity is also same. If such type of flow is studied, then it is called as laminar flow or streamline flow. Now, secondly, if force is applied on one end of the tube, then समजा आपण नळाची धार बारीक ठेवली, if tap water is somewhat open only, tap of the water comes out from the tap, oil comes out and it is transparent in nature if it is flowed slowly with the small opening of the tap. But if we open totally the tap, then we can see the whitish color of the liquid, that is the water. असं काय होते, आपण जर थोडासा नळ उघडला तर तिथून आपल्याला क्लिअर वॉटर येताना दिसतं, आणि जर आपण जोराने उघडला तर त्या वॉटरचा कलर जो आहे तो ट्रान्सपरंट राहत नाही, त्याला दुसरा व्हाईटिश कलर थोडासा फोर्स फेस आल्यासारखा आपल्याला दिसतो. असं काय होते, बिकॉज इफ we increase the pressure on upper side, then water coming out from the tap having the particles which are not passing through the tap with the same speed, but their speed is increased, and as their speed is increased, it will collide with another particle or collide with each other or the further particle, and therefore their direction changes. Once the direction of these particles is going to change, then all the particles are colliding with each other, and therefore we are not getting the transparent liquid, but we are getting the disturbed flow, which is not in the same direction, but it is diverted in another direction and not having the same velocity, not having the same direction. Okay, such a type of flow can be called as turbulent flow. There are two types of flow depending upon the velocity and direction of the particles of the fluid. Such a type of flows are streamline or laminar and turbulent flow. Both are shown in the diagram. You have to study that. And further we can see what is meant by critical velocity and Reynolds number. Okay, so remember all these things.